Hello, this is Kevythekevlar. I would just like to talk a little bit about the Nintendo Switch and my reaction to it. I'm not gonna lie, going right into this, I don't think that it's particularly impressive, so far at least. It has a whole lot of issues, largely just from Nintendo and just their perspective on how they should do things. I am a fan of Legend of Zelda. I do like that franchise a whole lot. I think it'll be maybe one of the best Zeldas, but the console on the whole looks like it's going to be terrible, honestly. I'm not trying to be mean, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but it does seem as though it's going to not be very good. Remember, as it stands, there's only two real first-party games that are really impressive that are coming out for the console. Legend of Zelda, of course, and Super Mario Odyssey. Now, Super Mario Odyssey is not coming out until late 2017. Probably December, potentially November, but probably December. So if you were to buy a Nintendo Switch, you're most likely not going to have more than Zelda as a real game you're going to really want to play for at least 3/4 of a whole year, give or take. Now that's already pretty bad, but it gets a heck of a lot much worse. There's really no positives about the Switch, like whatsoever, that's super good about it, besides the fact that you're getting Zelda and Mario in like 3/4 of a year, for Mario's sake, at least anyways. So there's this one other thing that's really good on the surface about the Switch, but becomes bad when you look at it more so in detail, and that's the price. The price is $300. Now, a lot of people were expecting it to be $250, but $300 I think is exceptionally fair still. I can definitely still tolerate $300. It's definitely still good. However, there's a lot of hidden fees for things you're going to want to have and need that you're not considering at face value, at least. The Nintendo Pro Controller, the controller that's most on par to the Xbox 360 / Xbox One, PS3, PS4 controller, the standard kind of controller layout, that costs a whopping $70. $70, that's correctamundo. You heard me right. Now, you can usually get a PS4 and Xbox One controller for about $40 on sale. They're usually on sale somewhere. And even then, the default standard price is $60. And I also don't expect Nintendo Switch's Pro Controller to be on par with those controllers in regards to performance. So, because it's Nintendo and they're not exactly super good at that stuff. And that's really just, it gets so much worse from there. The Nintendo Switch's Joy-Con units cost $50 sold separately. If you want two Joy-Con units, that'll run you an impressive $80. That's right, $80 for what Nintendo considers to be the standard control layout for their new home console. That is absolutely outrageous. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean to anybody that really likes this console, but straight up that's completely outrageous. That's what it is. Like, that is so much money for something that should be standard for the console. Never mind the fact that games are going to be $60 each, of course, which is also standard. Also very understandable, but you're not going to have a whole lot of funds. Now, let's just say you want to get Zelda with your new console and play on a standard controller. That's going to run you a solid $430 right off the gate. However, there's a lot of other bad things about the Switch, namely that it only has 32 gigabytes of storage. I don't know who in their right mind thought something like that was a good idea. The new thing that recently just came out about how you're not able to keep your free games after the month that you get them, and you only get one game a month, and it's only old classic NES games. Like, how in a million years is that possibly a good idea in any imaginable way? It's completely inferior to anything the PS4 and Xbox One does. In every way in that regard. It's literally just PS Plus and games with gold, but drastically worse in every single imaginable, comprehensible way. And nothing more than that. And more things, too, that are coming out. Like, this is actually not confirmed, but it appears that you're not actually able to charge your two Joy-Con units and your dock at the same time. They have, 3 separate charges, apparently. Another thing, too, is that the Nintendo Switch really can't run a lot of games in 1080p, suffering from the same problems that the Xbox One had. Apparently, the new FIFA game coming out for Nintendo Switch is a FIFA Xbox 360 PS3 old port. It's not even the PS4 and Xbox One version. And I know I'm not big into FIFA, but I know people are, and they're going to be immensely disappointed once they realize that. Every real new Nintendo third-party game not called Zelda or Mario looks really stupid. 1-2 Switch especially. That's just mini-game Wii Sports nonsense and thingamajigs and whatnots, and yeah. All in all, I really do have high hopes for the Switch, even though I have exceptionally low expectations, if that makes sense. I really, really want it to do well. I want Nintendo to prove me wrong, even though it's basically impossible that they will. And it might seem really weird with me wanting them to prove me wrong, but if they do prove me wrong, they change like things about the console, hopefully as well, then we can potentially have a fantastic console that's relatively cheaply-ish priced with a lot of new Nintendo games that people will gradually get, and then more third-party support will come out for it, and then it'll all be perfect. But I acknowledge that that's almost impossible, because Nintendo is very stupid with how it goes about like every single thing. Well, that's my reaction to the Nintendo Switch thus far. Things could change. I really, really hope they do, but I doubt they will. Also worth noting is that I'm going to try and transform this YouTube channel into something a little better than what it has been for quite a long time. For quite a long time, it's just been a useless thing that's just been kind of sitting here. It has been not doing much of anything at all. And I'm going to try and change that and make this channel much more lively than it has ever been in the past. Every couple of days, and probably less than that, I'm going to be uploading a video, and it's going to be happy fun time with regards to news and things I care about. Because why not? And I'll probably have gameplay of games rolling in the background while that happens. This is Kevythekevlar signing out, and thank you for watching this video.